Welcome to In the Streets. I'm that boy UG. 50 Cent is being allegedly accused of bullying a drug kingpin. Jay-Z and the Rock Nation, they filed a lawsuit against the Kansas Police Department, and Jada Younger was arrested. People, remember to go like, subscribe, and share. And I want to thank everybody that's viewing my channel. I want to thank the people that's leaving comments. Listen, y'all comments don't offend me. I know what I've been through in my life. I know who I am. You know what I mean? I don't need to talk about my past too much. So if you're trying to get a rise out of me, if you're clout chasing, come on. Doesn't bother me. That being said, please remember, go like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I know I promised a video every day, but because of my injury, I was unable to. But I'm bringing it back up to speed. So go like, go subscribe, hit that notification bell. We'll be right back right after this with these stories. Yeah, so 50 Cent is allegedly accused of bullying a drug kingpin. Holland is suing 50 Cent, an executive producer of Power, for $1 billion, claiming that the ghost character was based on his life. He said that 50 Cent and Kim stole the concept of Power from his life to create the popular Star series. According to Holland, Kim's father and him go way back to the early 90s. They stayed in touch till 2007 when he allegedly mailed a CD made for at-risk youth to Kim's father with a cautionary tale about his own life as a drug dealer. Holland claimed that Power producers based at least 200 scenes of his life in the movie Power, the ghost character. He believes that his life is in danger. Holland filed a lawsuit last week to legally protect his interests, his family, and his legal justifications if violence becomes necessary to protect his life and his family. He also said that 50 Cent associates have been making threats on his life and bullying him. He said that 50 Cent throwing a lot of subliminal shots at him since he filed the lawsuit. He said he wanted to address it now before someone lose their lives. He said he wants to keep the fight in the courts, but he's not afraid to any which way to settle it on the streets. The judge did not make a decision on the matter as yet, and will more than likely be the case might more than likely be thrown out. Also, 50 Cent did not respond to these allegations as yet either. I don't know if this ghost character was based on this man's life, but we all know that movies more than likely is based on a character um, that did the actual crime. For example, like in in the gangster movie with Denzel Washington, that was based on Frank Lucas' life. You know, what I mean, most of these stories is based on an actual event. So I don't know if 50 Cent actually stole this man's life story to write about it, make money off it. I don't know, but according to sources, more than likely the case will be thrown out because of the fact that the statute of limitation has passed. Um, he waited too long to file a lawsuit, basically. You know what I mean? The Power series been out for a while, and I guess he waited a couple of years after the Power series was out to actually file the lawsuit. So the statute of limitation is gone on that. You know what I mean? But I will keep you up to date on the story in a further video if there's more to talk about. So Jay-Z and the Rock Nation, they're suing the Kansas Police Department for allegedly misconduct and cover-ups. On Monday, September 20th, the legal justice arm of the Rock Nation filed a lawsuit against the Kansas Police Department, according to the ABC News. The lawsuit was filed in Kansas City, accusing the Kansas Police Department of covering up an alleged police misconduct. Jay-Z and The Rock is suing for access to records that could shed light on on complaints filed against the Kansas Police Department investigative division, including documents to be of the training and supervision of police officers. Rock Nation attorney Alex Shapiro said Kansas City Police produced some information through the Open Records Act, but they wasn't sufficient enough because the act only allowed interested parties to look at various states and government documents, and he wasn't allowed to see the certain files and the government handling of certain cases. The government has attempted to block access to these files, so we are suing to have to see them, said Alex Shapiro. The lawsuit refers to an officer charged with committing sex crimes involving a minor. Two officers were also charged with felony and misdemeanor assault over mistreatment of an inmate. Officer indicted on charges of stealing from homes that they were serving search warrants, and a federal lawsuit where a black female police officer sued the department for alleged race and gender discrimination. Um, People, these things been going on for years. Um, I'm glad that Jay Z and the Rock Nation is stepping up to get some light shed on on these things because for years, the police department been doing a lot of grimy things. You know what I mean? I've been in incidents where I know that certain crack houses were owned by police when I used to run the streets. You know what I mean? And I've been in situations where police will search us, take things off of us, and because they have a problem with a certain other individual, they take what they find on us and they're gonna place it on these other dudes just to get an arrest. You know what I mean? So I know firsthand. I've personally been beat up by police. They took me over the block one day and brought me by the train tracks and whooped me and my boys' ass. You know what I mean? And left us there for rival gangs to finish us off. You know what I mean? Good thing is you have some people in the world that realize about police brutality and step up because that night when they left me and my homies on the track, those dudes could have popped this. They could have just finished us all by popping capsules. What they did was they helped us to reach the hospital. You know what I mean? I want to apologize to my dogs in the background. They, you know what I mean? They kind of riled up right now. But yeah, I'm glad Jay Z and his and the Rock Nation is looking into these things because there's a lot of mishandling and cover ups by every police department. It ain't just Kansas. You know what I mean? New York, New Jersey. You know what I mean? Most of the states that I was in, I seen a lot of corruption and a lot of things going on by police. You know what I mean? But I'm glad Jay Z and the Rock Nation is looking into this, and I hope they get the information they need so we can see firsthand what's really going on with these police departments. Okay, so Jade the Youngin was arrested on September 16, according to local sheriff department. The 23-year-old rapper was arrested on accessory to second degree murder and obstruction of justice in connection with a deadly shooting at a trail ride last year. The sheriff's spokesman, Jimmy Travis, confirmed the warrant stemmed from a deadly altercation in North Tagapaho. I'm sorry if I'm not saying that right. Parish. Um, in August 2020 that left one person dead and two more injured. But it was unclear of the role that J.D. Youngin played in the shooting. Seven people was arrested for their involvement in the incident following an altercation between two rival gangs. The shooting happened on August 8th, 2020 at about 7:30 p.m. in Roseland, where multiple gunmen opened fire on a crowd of about 100 people. J.D. Youngin was also arrested last year October on multiple felony charges following a domestic incident at home in East Cove, Georgia. The Cole County Sheriff website says that he was taken into custody on a fugitive warrant in Columbus Drive for allegedly attacking a woman. He was charged with battery, family violence, and arrest warrant was stated that he punched, pushed, and grabbed the woman. They think that him and the woman was living together or used to live together. You know, they're not sure. He was also arrested in April 2020 on several felony charges, included narcotics possession, tampering with evidence, and possession of a firearm. So, yeah, JD Young and I don't know about these last charges if they're gonna stick because, like I said, they are unclear of his involvement in the shooting. You know what I mean? I don't know if it was his people's against some other people's. You know how that thing plays out more time. You know, especially when he's trying to rise. You know what I mean? You're gonna have the haters. You're gonna have people that you probably had a little petty beef with before. That's gonna want to they see you on the rise, so they want to get at you. Sometimes you ain't even had to have a beef with them. Sometimes it's just people seeing that you're trying to rise, and they just gonna come at you with some bull crap. You know what I mean? Try to get, you know what I mean? Cloud chasing or try to get some a rise out you, try to bring you down. Remember about that crab in a barrel mentality that I talked about? That's what's happening right now, I think. But I don't think these charges will stick because, like they said, it's unclear of his involvement in the shooting. So maybe he was just the trail ride thing, and it just happened that the shooting happened. But because maybe maybe, you know what I mean, a couple of his peoples were maybe involved in it or whatever, whatever. Automatically because he's the face, you know what I mean, they're gonna come after him. So we're gonna keep you up to date on that story in a future video, you know what I mean, and see what's going on with that. Um Peoples, remember to go like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave comments, you know what I mean, share if y'all want to share, you know what I mean. It's all good. I accept all comments. I respond to all comments. You know what I mean? Um, this is in the streets. I'm not gonna say nothing more than that. This is in the streets. I'm your boy UG. Until next time.